the numbers cause this ain't no luck. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dark, shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Treat guide you to the motherlode.
Welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts Sunday through Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. I'm Lunar Beaches Crypto, and tonight is TA Tuesday. What's going on, fam? Hope you're a bunch of TA. It's kind of in the name, right? So lots of charting, and yeah, we're gonna actually look into some altcoins. We're gonna look at Bitcoin. We're gonna look at the totals. We're gonna look at Ethereum. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. Quarter one just wrapped up, so we want to kind of see where we're looking on today after the storms last night. But we should be doing a little better. Man, this eye looks like I got hit in the face. I got popped. What's going on, everybody? People starting to roll in. You're all late. Maybe one of these days I'll have an excellent connection again. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, there's not many folks here right now, but let's just go ahead and say hello to the Madhouse. I actually got it this time. Did it pre-stream. Excellent. We got the Madhouse. What is going on, everybody? What's going on? Alexandra G showing up as always. Let's go to live chat. Good evening, LBC. Have a great stream. Thank you, Alexandra G. You have a great stream as well. Or something. Don't forget to click the button at the top here and join the Piper Academy Discord. Link is in the description if you're watching the playback. But join the Piper Academy. Good evening, Kasim. Good evening, Bandage. Wow. What? My viewers really dropping off. There's only 2? What's going on, man? Is it my stream? Stream's bugging, I guess. Warning, the stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use a stream bitrate of 6800 kbps. Alright. Stream? Nope. Output? Bitrate 6800. Hello? Yeah, we'll see if that helps at all. Maybe I've got to fix. Are we okay? Video's a bit choppy. Hello? Anybody there? 100% CPU. Wow. 70% GPU. All right. So I've got to figure out how to stop that. You think it's my 4K camera? Let's try a new camera. I'll be back in a second.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dark, that shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low. Markets after dark where only brilliant shows. Hit that subscribe and join the ride. In the world of finance where fortunes collide. Lunar's path will be your guide. Through the market storm or the market tide. On the charts with Lunar's bright light, crypto markets soaring through the...
The HD doesn't look so good. A 720 HD doesn't look so good. God, it looks so red. What's going on, guys? Yeah, OBS is just absolutely using so much CPU. I think that's the problem. I'm going back to 4K. Sheesh. Well, that didn't work out. All right, let's just go ahead and get to the charts, guys. All right. Enough with the shenanigans. Where's my chart? Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, man. What's going on? Went black. Had to restart. Yeah, what's going on, Melissa? Hope you are doing well and having a radical day. Or have had a radical day. Let's go ahead and open Chrome back up. I need to get to the live stream eventually. All right, so 3-month candle just closed. We closed, it was a down quarter. We started off the quarter coming up and taking out the previous quarter high just by a hair. Just by a hair. Taking out that previous quarter high and expanding lower, but really kind of just more of a consolidation candle. However, high upper wicks. Have you tried turning it off and back on again? Yes. Jason, much prettier on the other camera. Thanks, guys. So, something that I've been going over a lot is these breaker blocks. So, we got this high over here, the last high of the move, the last candle high before the push to the downside needs to get broken and engulfed. We got it broken and engulfed. We draw this out, we pull this over, and we see bang, looking good. Now, we could have taken this candle over here, and we can see we're closing above it, but we want to take the last up close candle with the put in a high. I prefer this one simply because it closed higher than this one, but this one did put in a high. Either way, we did get the engulfing candle. And then so next you expect a pullback into the breaker block. You at least want to see it come halfway. So we got that cleared, but not close below, which we didn't. We came up and then we expanded higher. So now that we've expanded higher, the last up move after we expanded higher and closed higher. So we took out this high. We moved up, expanded higher. Now we have another breaker. Actually, this is more of a continuation order block. And let's see. And it created this fair value gap when it pushed up here. That's also a level that it came back down into and tapped the midpoint of that fair value gap. And now we have a new fair value gap after this last quarterly close right down here. And the midpoint is sitting right there at the top of this order block. So with that said, I was saying it last night, I think we have a stronger likelihood than not to come down here to about $73,500 to $74,000 minimum before we see a move back to the upside. Truly, all we have to do is come down and get a sweep. Let's get rid of the order block. All we really have to do is come down and get a sweep of the last quarter low. So if we can come down, sweep that low, and then start pushing back up, what we'll do then, now that since we're on a 3-month time scale, we'll drop down to the weekly chart. And what we want to see down here on the weekly chart is a push down into that 3-month fair value gap and then get some type of market structure shift. So we come up, we get a close above this high here, we get the shift in market structure, and then we can go on our merry back up to this level up here, to which we could easily just return back to the downside, or we can get a quicker move out and really start to put in those impulses. Down before up. Yep. Down before up. Now we've already come down. We've already tapped this 3-month fair value gap. No, this created the 3-month fair value gap. Excuse me. So we have not tapped it. This high here, this low here. So what I want to see is I want to see us sweep the previous quarter low, which is also the previous month low. And then I want to see us run it back to the upside and take out the January and yearly high. Something you can use to quickly find these levels, and we're going to get into this because this is going to be about time and price. I'm going to start going over this quite a bit. but this is called Key Levels Spaceman BTC. And all this does, let's click on it. Let's go to the settings. So display style standard, right anchored. So you can have it all anchored to the right. Where is it? Oh, there they are. You can have them rank all the way over here to the right, anchored over there, or you can go to standard. Now you can merge levels, which I do recommend you merge levels. Also, once you get down what everything is, I recommend doing a global text shorthand. And if you need to, change the colors up to make it more viewable. Well, let's go ahead and just turn on. So, what I want to do, see global coloring, so you can make it all white. Okay. Or whatever color you want. So you can do a global coloring, or you can color them all individually. Now, what this does is this plots out an open, a previous high and low, and a previous midpoint of these different levels. Your 4-hour, your daily, your Monday range, your weekly, your monthly, your quarterly, and your yearly. It also, you can also add sessions in here. It puts the sessions on there for you. So you can have those sessions as well. But this is all about time and price. Previous day midpoint, previous day high low, previous 4-hour high low. I'm going to save this as my default. Now I do shorthand, global text shorthand, because it just shrinks the text up. You know, if I unclick this, you can see what everything is. Current yearly high, previous quarter high, all that good jazz. It looks like a lot around here, but that's fine because we're really only going to be using this on more smaller time frames. So when you come down to, let's just go down to the 5-minute, these lines become quite a bit more spaced out, and you can see them acting as levels of support, resistance, or liquidity. The main thing about these levels is to wait for price to take one side out or take one level out and see how price reacts. Man, Bitcoin's getting a little push right now, huh? A little bit of a push. Let's go to the 15. So we could be aiming for the previous day high. We also have internal range liquidity sitting right here that we could come up and sweep before we push down lower, potentially. We do have some equal lows in here, and these are relatively equal lows. Not quite, but they're relatively equal. Why is this not touching? Am I not on a low enough time frame? This should be touching. It was touching earlier when I was looking at this. Oh, it's because I'm on the index. Let's go to Bybit chart. All right, there's that low. Now it's touching. Okay. About to say. So the reason why I want to show you this is because everything is relative to time and price. Previous day highs and lows. So we're going to go over this real quick. Let's take out the Spaceman BTC, and you will all be able to see. What's up, Melissa? One Love. What's going on? Jay Violet. Hope y'all are doing well. What's up, Kelly? What's going on? Not. I'm going to say that's Schaefer, I guess, or not Schaefer. What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? Hope you're all doing well. Absolutely love seeing every single one of you in here. Cool, a new indicator. It's not really like an indicator. What's going on, Stated? That's a new name. I don't think I've seen in here before. What's going on? I need to bring the chat up. Let's bring the chat up. There we go. There's the beautiful people. There's the madhouse. You know what I haven't had in a while? I haven't had a mad throne. Let's have the throne up tonight. How about that? Got the mad throne. It's the madhouse. All right, so going into Monday, prior to the Monday session, what we can do is we can go ahead, we can just map out the previous day high, so the Sunday high, and the Sunday low. Okay? And we can come down into the lower time frames and see what we can see. We're going to go down to the 3 minute. And this is how I like to intraday scout. So, first thing off the bat, let's go ahead and turn on my ICT kill zones. There we go. All right, so first thing Asia does when it opens up is it runs on the liquidity below the Sunday low. Okay? So Sunday low gets put in, you get a bounce. Stop losses get put in here because of the strong bounce for longs. So what does Asia do? Asia says, I'm coming for your liquidity. Now we drew this out last night and it happened to bang. I said I wasn't going to take the trade because I was going to bed. I should have taken the trade. But anywho, at any rate, we get a sweep of the Sunday low. We get it. We hit it once, twice, 3 times overnight prior to the New York kill zone. So the New York kill zone comes in starting at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and it runs until 10 a.m. So it's a 3-hour window. And this is where you're looking for manipulation. So we first get the manipulation to the upside. Then the market opens here. That's when we get the manipulation, is when the market opens. This is when liquidity floods the market, and this is why you should really wait until like the first 15 minutes at least have gone by after market open before you consider taking a trade. Now the prices come up. It has swept the Asia and London highs. It has also come up and swept the Sunday kill zone, London kill zone high. But that is super bearish. How do I know that it's going to return back to the upside? Short answer is you don't. You don't know it's going to return back to the upside. What you do know is that you have these equal lows, equal-ish lows in here. You know that there's liquidity sitting below here. So you know that the market is running for that liquidity. Now if I turn on, let's go to the 4-hour real quick. So we have the open, close of this 4-hour candle. Now let's zoom back in, go back to the 3 minute. The tight 4-hour candle in here, okay? This is the candle body. We get a wick to the upside. The next 4-hour candle starts here at 9. And then you get to push down to sweep the previous 4-hour candle low. That's key, okay? Once you get that sweep, now you look for the shift in market structure. Oftentimes it'll look like A W. Well, that's exactly what it is a W. Now, on the 3-minute, we don't really get an entry other than right here. We get our bullish engulfing candle to come up and take out the high over here. Engulfing, big candle that closes above this high. This is the last high before the move to the downside. We stretch this out. Enter either at the top of the breaker block or at the center of the breaker block, and then aim for the previous day high, which is right above you. That's a 0.78% move. Stop loss below the low. 0.78% move. Stop loss below the order block. The 2.5 to 1, not too shabby. Or one way to play this is every time you get a break to the upside, you move your stop, like you break this high here, your stop below this low here. Once you get this break here, move your stop to this low right here. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. You get another break. Don't think you might get a close above, but then you move your stop here, and then it comes down and it takes you out. That's one way to play it, because you never know, this thing might come back down and lift off, and that way you're still in the trade and you're just continuing to, every time a new low gets put in, which is every time a high is broken, that is where you shift your stop loss. And you can just ride the wave for as long as it goes. Now, if we come down to the 1-minute chart, take a look at this same price action. Getting lost in the sauce. Where are we at? Okay. Now, I said lower time frames might yield us something that we can go off of, so we'll see. We're on the 1-minute chart now. We get that sweep of the 4-hour low. We get bullish engulfing here. This thing just rips to the upside. And you finally get a nice little pullback here. Now, one little note, write this down. Something to take note of when it comes to order blocks is that sometimes it's not just the last candle before the down move. If you have a sequence of 2 or 3 candles or more that are all the same color, like if you're moving up and they're all green, that's the order block, in my opinion, that you want to go with. We can pull that across. You can see we did just barely come down to the bottom of that. This is actually going to be this one, because we have 1, 2, 3 green candles within this up move. So I'm going to use that instead of just this one little candle up here. If I just use this one little candle up here, I'm probably not going to set my stop loss this low, and I'm going to get taken out. But if I take in consideration that really this whole grouping right here, this whole grouping of candles is like a giant block of orders, right? It's a tight range. So order block, it's like a block. You pull this across, you get the break above, you get the close above, you get the pull back to the breaker, and then you push to the upside. Now, continuation, we see the push to the upside. We get a break above this high, a nice bullish close above, big engulfing candle, close above. What do we create within this move? Fair value gap. And this is how you know that you are in bullish order flow. You're on a buy side of the market, buy side of the curve. So the curve is pushing to the upside. You have a sell side curve, and then you have a buy side curve. So you get the fair value gap along that, because we can already see, all right, we've broken, we're coming down, we get our market structure shift, we get the pullback, and then we continue. So now I'm just looking for more continuation to the upside. The trend is your friend until the very end. Bullish break. Trying to see. Bullish break doesn't actually come down to the fair value gap here, but it does over here. And you get a push up. Old fair value gaps work as well, but it's got to be in context of everything else. So, a lot of people mistake ICT concepts or SMC. A lot of people mistake ICT concepts or SMC smart money concepts as just looking for these reversals, when really it's both the reversals and continuation, and just looking for that bullish order flow. If you're bouncing off of fair value gaps like this, or you're bouncing off of, we could use this as a rejection block. You come over here. I don't know that we're using that. We do have a breaker here. Come back down, you come down into it, and then you push off. Maybe make a little bit on that one. We can't see what's over here to the right. Let's take a look. Oh, we continue higher. Yo, sup? How's the stream? Is everything good? Yeah, I started him out trading once upon a time. My bro is JR. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so now what we have is the Sunday high. We have come up, and now that we have gotten to the Sunday high, price action starts to what? It starts to become quite choppy. Quite choppy, right? So kind of showing a bit of weakness, and we're starting to reject off of that Sunday high, which is also your previous day high. It's not just a Sunday high, it's specifically your previous daily high. Now from here, we want to start looking for the exact same thing, but upside down. So now that we've swept the high, now we look for the market structure shift. I want to see this low broken, because we were, hello. All right now. All right. So we're moving to the upside. We get the pullback. We move to the upside. Anytime we break a new high, that's going to create a new low. high, and then a low, and then another high. Okay. So I'm just waiting for this high to get broken and with an engulfing candle and a close below. It's exactly what we got here. Now, what are we going to target over here to the right for potential entry? Well, there's really not much to go off of because I would typically do, all right, so this is the low that we broke. This is the last up candle, or last down candle rather, before the manipulation. We come down over here. Now we don't just break it, but we break it, engulf, close below. Okay? Then, so right then and there, we start looking for the pullback. Now, what did I say about 2 or more candle moves? If we include this whole pullback, we actually are pretty safe with our breaker. But if we just go with the first candle, it's really not the best. 2 or more, especially when one of them is this big of a candle. You'd almost want to just take this one because it engulfed this whole thing. But the reason why we're using this low and these order blocks is because this is the low that needed to break. Yeah, we did break it here. However, this was the low that we needed to close below. We actually ended up closing below this one and this one, which just showed even more bearishness. And I was pointing this out in my channel, in his server. We can see we even revisited again after putting in a bunch of lows in here. So you put in a bunch of lows. So you know what's down here? Liquidity. We know that liquidity is down here. So we have a couple of options. We can start adding to shorts anywhere in here. We see that Sunday high is acting as resistance now that we've swept the high and we've come back below it. Now it's acting as resistance. Strong move to the downside. 3-legged move to the upside. There is a fair value gap in here. There's this whole move here. Last up candle. And before the move to the downside. I don't know if I would consider that one. Although this is obviously where we're going to have a lot of liquidity. Trying to find a reason to enter. We do have kind of an inversion fair value gap there. You get a close above that, which is actually what you would expect to be bullish, especially after coming down, taking the low, push up. So maybe you miss the trade, maybe you get stopped out, but if you got in during this order block, then you were fine no matter what. So, or breaker block rather, which I didn't get in on it, but I did share it. And so yeah. Hello, I've been short an XRP for a while now, waiting for at least 150. Oof. Roofda. Pulling across, we can see. Now I pointed this out. This was the trade that I pointed out. We had a order block over here off of this low. Okay. I would have gone short here. High just above the breaker block and then aim for the order block below. 2.51 trade, depending on where you get in. What I typically do is if I'm in my trade here, and if I get a significant break of a range, then I'm just going to automatically move my stop to break even. I'm not going to risk any more capital. This will save you so much capital moving that stop to break even once you've broken significant structure. It's nice. Okay, it's good. It's good. Now we could also potentially catch this push off of this order block. So we do see we get a move up, 3 candle move here. I like to look at these 3 candle moves where it's just red, green, red, because it just looks like a block in and of itself, because that's what it is. You get the push above, you get the return to the order block. Now this one isn't as clean, so I don't really like it as much because it's not based off of displacement. This is displacement. Quick, energetic move, consecutive green candles. That is what I want to see, and consecutive green candles that also are creating fair value gaps within it. Now, we get the break above this high here. This one's pretty plain and simple. There's your breaker block. Get the break above, pull back down into the breaker, off and away we go. Back to the draw on liquidity to the upside. And we get another breakdown. Okay. This last up move here, we'll just, you want to take out a lot of the guesswork, just do the whole last up move. And then there you go. You short from that block, you come back into it, short, continue to short, put your stop just above the high, and then let it fly or crash and burn. Big energetic move. Take out the low, pull back, go. Okay. After another sweep of the Sunday high. That is key as well. So keep that in mind. Key levels need to be swept before you look for before you look at this price action or consider a trade. You need a key level swept, and it can be swept in a continuation fashion or in a reversal fashion. Typically, you don't get... What's up, R.S. Miller? He's got moon wings tonight. It's a throne. But anyways, typically, I forgot what I was saying now. I do have horns. Moon horns. Oh, so the market is always going from internal range liquidity to external range liquidity. So in this upwards move, we get up, down, up, down, up, down, take out internal range liquidity. This is the range here for this low, this high. Now where do we sit? We sit above the midpoint of that range, which means we are in premium. So we want to be looking for potentially a reversal somewhere. We're getting all this built up liquidity that's just looking to get wrecked. Come back down, We want to come to external range liquidity here. And if we go even deeper, external range liquidity here. This is internal of this external. This is internal of this external. So it's a little bit convoluted, maybe a little too much. Maybe I'm throwing a little bit too much at you tonight, but I'm just trying to not just help you guys out, but as I explain it, I better understand it too. My stream time with you guys is like my desktop chart time. Just so you know. Most of the time I don't get this time. Yeah, but it looks like horns and wings. Well, it's just a broken halo, okay? It's actually a crescent moon. You freaking nerds. I love you guys. All right, so what do we get? Let's see. We got a break. Did this close below? Yes, it did. Created a fair value gap within it. Retrace to the fair value gap. Push lower. Are we going to get an opportunity to get in on a trade here? Let's see. We do have order block here. Last two up candles. Pull this over. We also have some equal highs up here. Some sneaky equal highs up here. So gotta be cautious with that. Gotta be cautious. And if we end the stream and the kill zone high ends up being right here, then the rest of the Asia session, we could see Asia come up and sweep this high and then push lower. Or we could see it break up and look for a continuation. I'm a bullish bear. Funny. We also have this last up candle before this move down. We just failed to close above the midpoint of that. We'll see if anything comes of that. But we also broke above this high. Yeah. Look at that. Starting to push down. And you can aim for the lows. I mean, we've got basically equal lows down here. So that would be my target. I mean, actually, target's probably way lower. So we started off real choppy, moved to the upside. Did we take out any significant levels? No, we haven't taken out any New York session high, which is actually up here. No New York session high. Previous day high, that's going to be that New York session high. Previous day low, is that going to be this London low? It's going to be this Asia low. So these will be the Monday levels to watch. Now, if you click on the spaceman will give it all to you. Just go ahead and remove all 11 drawings. There we go. There we go. So, to recap, what we're looking for is a push either above a previous day high. It gives you some type of shift in market structure with a pullback, then continuation. Same with the downside. If we are to come down to the previous day low, push up, continuation. They even look like this. Like this. These are the cleaner ones. These are the ones I like the most. Shift pull back, then go. Push back to the upside. Do a nice little 3 to 1, and that can go a long way. Another thing to add confluence. Reminder, this is everything I've been doing tonight. There's no indicator. I haven't used other than the lines. It just draws the lines for you, but you can draw these lines. You can't, I mean, you can draw an oscillator, but it ain't going to work. It doesn't work like that. This is all based on time. Time and price at that time. That's what this is all based off of. So, let's see. What was I going to show you next? Dang it. Oh. All right, so now we're just going to add a little bit of confluence. So let's do this one. Now you want to make sure that your bullish confirmations and all that stuff, or you want to make sure that you're bullish on multiple time frames, not just the 1 minute, the 2 minute, all that stuff. Get rid of that. Ethereum. There we go. So SMT divergence happens when two highly correlated assets diverge in price. Not just at any time, though. We want to see what? We want to see levels taken out. So we know that our Sunday high got taken out over here. Right here in the London kill zone. Let's turn this on. Making sure you can see. Might need to turn the throne off. There we go. All right, so let's turn this off. Just get rid of some lines. All right. Come over here. All right, so there's our London kill zone. Same. Let's see if we got an SMT divergence anywhere in here, anywhere in the kill zone. Now, typically you want to see it at the highs. Let's see. It looks like they were both driving up at around the same time. However, not the case. There we go. There's our SMT divergence. Right after 11, we get that final push to the upside on Ethereum. However, that's here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin puts in a higher high. So this is after a 3-drive move. Alexo Crypto talks about the 3 drives all the time. You get 3 drives. Bitcoin goes for a 4th. 1, 2. Ethereum goes for number 3, but then it pulls back. And instead of putting in a higher high like Bitcoin does, instead, Ethereum puts in a lower high at the same time. Now, what this indicates is that there's smart money involved in manipulating the market at this time when you get a divergence in 2 highly correlated assets. So Bitcoin, I like to use Bitcoin and Ethereum, and this is at swing highs, swing lows, previous day highs, previous day lows, all that good jazz. If you can marry that with the push down or the push down, we've already got our SMT divergence. That's our confluence to say, hey, potentially we need to start looking for bearish order flow, and we need to start trading off of bearish fair value gaps and bearish order blocks. And then if you do that, then, you know, you can start trading off those bearish and bullish order blocks. And there's trade the one that has the cleanest setup to you. Typically, that's going to be Bitcoin. I don't really like to trade Ethereum because it's a pain in the butt sometimes. Most of the time, especially on the high time frames. But yeah, I don't know. We can go to the daily. Let's go to the daily on both. You also get the SMT divergence on the higher time frames. Let's just zoom out a little bit so y'all can see this. All right, there we go. So, whoops. This is, so we get the bearish SMT divergence here. This is the high for Bitcoin. This is on the daily chart. Here to here, higher high. Ethereum, this is that first high right here. Then this is that, that's not even the second high. This is the second high for Bitcoin. Okay, SMT divergence, both push to the downside. So this is how you can start top down looking for the SMT divergence on the high time frames. And then you can start moving to the lower time frames and looking for SMT divergence. More so in a bearish sense because we are high time frame bearish. So your higher probability trade is going to be a short trade. That doesn't mean the beauty of smart money concepts and scalping in general is that you can trade the market up or down intraday. It doesn't really matter. So there you go. Ever look at charts and say no clue? No. The Dusty Hunt, what's going on? Sorry about your hogs. Cup and handle forming short term, but I'm pushing technicals to get that. I don't trade patterns. I don't do pattern trading. So, and I certainly don't do cup and handles. I started off, that's just from experience. Just didn't really care for it. Pattern trading, that is. Wasn't really didn't make as much sense to me as smart money concepts does. If you can do the patterns, then good on you. It's just not my thing. Hogs suck. Oh, I'm sorry. Razorbacks. Your razor sack. I'm backs. So I really kind of want to see Ethereum come down lower, Bitcoin come down lower too, but also get a bounce. Come down lower, get a bounce, because this would be bullish SMT divergence. So I'm already thinking Bitcoin's going to go down lower, but if it's going to be bullish in any sense or turn around or get a reversal, then I would like to see that SMT divergence between Bitcoin and Ethereum. But if Bitcoin takes out this low and Ethereum takes out this low, then there's no SMT divergence, and we're probably continuing the downtrend to, well, the trend to the downside. Razorbacks suck. Yeah. Well, you know. I mean, you could be the Vols, right? You could be the Vols. You could only score 50 points in a game. But, you know, that's kind of what Houston has done to teams all year. You know, teams only average like 50 points against Houston, like for the year. Like, what kind of crazy stat is that? It's crazy. So right here, we see the big break down here on the daily chart. Arkansas, yes, Arkansas. we create a fair value gap. So this is what I'll be watching. Let's go to the 4 hour. See what we got in here. So yeah, this is what I'll be watching. If we do manage to continue to the upside tomorrow, maybe even going into Wednesday before we start getting economic data, look for us to come into that fair value gap. And then from here, we'll look for the shift in market structure. And then trade it lower, potentially, probably, especially when you have relatively pretty equal lows here. We know that there's going to be liquidity resting down here, but sometimes you got to go up before you can come down. Sometimes you got to go down before you can come up. But this looks like a push to the downside, a retrace, and a rollover. We shall see. Pattern traders looking at this like this. They see the breakdown of the move. They wait for the back test to enter, and then off and away you go. Taking 50% out here, moving stop loss to break even, and aiming for lower lows. So, all right, guys, we did well. That's gonna be it for tonight's lesson. $5-1. Annoyed by the Bama loss is what it is, though. It is what it is. Yeah. 5-1. Kelly's only 5-1. Kid size Kelly. Yeah. All right, guys. Hopefully you were able to take something from tonight's stream. I really hope that you can go back and watch a lot of this and start to do your own research. Start studying everything that I am trying to teach you guys. And hopefully you can start using some of it and start implementing it in your own trading. Don't forget to journal. Don't forget, you've got to treat your trading like a business, okay? If you're going to be trading, you've got to be serious about it. Otherwise, you're just gambling. And I mean, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. But for me, I'm trying to make this more of a treat this more like a business. You know, you want your setups to be mechanical. You don't want them to be emotionally driven. You don't want a FOMO. You don't want a panic sell. You just want to, as far as intraday trading goes, but I mean macro trading too. Just don't let your emotions take control of you. You've got to have control of your emotions. And you know, a lot of people don't talk about it, but that means getting your ish together in your personal life, getting discipline, getting a routine down. Routines help. They help build that discipline. And just start off with small stuff, just small goals, and scale up. You don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to learn about breaker fair value gaps, market structure shifts, all this stuff, support resistance, whatever it is. You don't have to learn it all at the same time, okay? Really, you only need 2 or 3 set up indicators or levels of confluence. Don't overcomplicate it and just do your risk to reward 2.5 to 1, 3 to 1. What I like to do, and just hammer that home. See the setup, play the setup, and just do that same thing over 100 times. Bouncing from strategy to strategy will absolutely wreck your account. That's why you should find the traders out here, that whose trading style fits you as well. That doesn't mean you can't watch and learn something from other traders, but once you find someone that actually speaks to you, that or what they're teaching makes the most sense to you, then I say stick around with whomever that is, because you just need to stick with one thing at a time. One trading strategy at a time. Especially as a beginner, you don't need to be going crazy with it. You're going to get analysis paralysis, and that's just going to hamper your trading, and you will not be profitable. The key to being a profitable trader is finding a setup, having rules, sticking to the rules of the setup, sticking to the same risk for every trade, 1% of the account, and playing that same setup over and over and over and over again. And if you do that, and you have the discipline to put in the work and to put together the routine and to stick to your rules, then the moon's the limit. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Mad love. Peace out. Good night.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, find out you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dark, that shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trend, see the future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low. Markets after dark were only brilliant shows. Hit that subscribe and join the ride. In the world of finance where fortunes collide. Lunar's path will be your guide. Through the market storm or the market tide. On the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. From Bitcoin markets soaring fast. Markets after dark, that shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trend, see the future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, our knowledge be shown. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother.